Hey,
Happy
hey.
Sunday.
Welcome to the show.
How we all doing?
Have we got
So,
is the intro running? I can't hear it myself, but I awesome, awesome. Then we are good to go. Welcome, Adapt Crypto team. Thank you very much for joining us today. And today, a few of you are a little bit worried about the market and the market conditions. Um,
What's gonna happen, Goody? What's gonna happen in the markets?
I'm gonna that's gonna be our segue to Harry, but I'll just quickly let you guys know who we've got on the cast today. We've got Harry, he's gonna be the lead. We've got Marsh, we've got Dan, our crypto bender, and we've got Goody, myself. So I'll let you take it away, Harry. Tell us what the market's doing.
indeed. So, let's try make Bitcoin and Ethereum in 5 minutes so I can answer your alts. The first thing I need you guys to do is start shilling. I mean, start putting what you want me to look at. And my only rule is it needs to have at least more than 30 seconds of price history. No, at least give me, you know, at least a week, guys, at least a week. And don't give me a chart that's facing down because all I'm gonna do is control invert the chart and tell you it looks like crap. So don't send me all of this. And let's get into it. So Bitcoin on the weekly closing today in 15 hours. And if we do close above this topside trology band, then it looks really good. And I do think we will trend up to 45, 46,000 and probably beyond. We'll talk about targets, but I definitely do think we're going to break this wick high here at 42,000. Just looking without the Bollinger Bands, it's pretty easy to see that, just closing above the previous high, taking out this wick already implies continuation. If we just take out this wick coming into the next week, then I definitely see us popping up to 46,000. Why? Well, let's go and check the lower time frames for that is exact reason. And, let's get into it. So if you can see here on the 1 hour, so if we go down onto the 1 hour here, we had this resistance here, and this has been a major resistance in the past at coming in at the 38,000. We've had resistance up here, resistance here, resistance here. And now what's happened is we've come down. We've had a resistance. This line I just drew in. This wasn't drawn in for me. I think I had a target at about 41,000. I front ran it a bit. We've rejected here, and what's gonna happen? We've come and retested this support now, and this resistance has become flip support. I actually do have a video on how this trade actually works, just resistance flip support on the trading channel. So, if you want to know what it is in detail, check it out there. We won't waste time going into that now. But, that's not enough confirmations. You can see what did happen. We closed above the last resistance. We have momentum turning up, probably 99%. Yep, we have momentum turning up. To cross down, it needs to be at 38,400. We're at 39, like a clean 1,000 bucks above. You put your pending order when it breaks this wick. It broke the wick, and now we're seeing continuation. Where's my targets? Well, obviously, I'll probably take 50% in a trade at here, and then you take the rest up there. So it's looking good, guys. I am looking for continuation. Now it is the weekend. We might get rejected up here again and come back down. I don't see any problems. I really want to see this coming to the week. We're holding quite a nice uptrend here. As long as we're not breaking 36,000, I'm not bearish. Looking at the 4 hour, yeah, coming in around 36,600 is where I would like to, remain above. And if we go into the weekly, now that we have a confirmed top, we can actually take a Fibonacci now and let's see where it takes us. So this is our confirmed top. This is a confirmed bottom here. The Fibonacci will probably take us to 46K, but we'll have a look. Yeah, the first spot coming at 46K. This is based off price action. From this, you can take a simple measurement and it will give you this 46K region. So it's even lining up with the Fibonacci. We're having the 618 come in at 55K. So that's a major area to look at. And just going over quickly on the BLX, this metric that I've been finding, and this is something that I found out myself, which is on, let me go to log view. You see, every time we reach the middle of this measurement tool, so halfway through the bull run, you can see that we have a rejection, right? So here we had a rejection. You can see we rejected here. Next time we reach the middle of this measurement tool, we reject it. And guess, guys, where that measurement tool is coming in on this bull run? 55K.
Oh
So
man.
the things are lining up, but it wasn't the end of the bull run, it was marking the middle of the bull run. You can see afterwards, after breaking past the middle, we did get explosive moves. So I mean, there are stuffs lining up. It's pretty cool when stuff lines up like this, but 55K is an immediate target for me, and I do think that something does happen around there psychological wise and technical wise. Quickly looking at Ethereum, it's going to prove the same story. The problem with Ethereum is I don't really want to make any calls. Why? Because of the CMEs, and for me, this is going to be, you know, my first CME listing, and I'm not trading any of this. I'm still holding it. We're still bullish, guys. And a CME listing. I mean, if we just go on the Bitcoin CME chart and we go on the weekly, and you guys look what happened last time CMEs opened. It's not great news. And but I'm not a bear on Ethereum. I think it's fine, but I just think we'll have some shaky times, which is another day in the office in crypto land, isn't it? So we're all used to all of these dumps. Looking at the lower time frames, there's a very similar trade. It's even cleaner on Ethereum, taking you up to this next resistance here, but it's the weekend. If you look here, volume is low, and I would not be personally taking these trades because of weekend. But we'll see after the weekend. You see, we came down here. We're holding this 1,500 level as support. I don't even mind if we come down back to 1,420. Not bearish. Uh, would like to see us hold probably this 1,400 area, to be honest. And if we extend this trend line and we come down towards there, I mean, it brings us down here. As long as we're not breaking the daily structure, I don't see any problems. Daily structure is really kind of broken at this $1,300 level, but technically you could push it down to 1,240. But with that, being said, I would like to check out some of your alts. So what have we got? Let's look at here. We have a full list here, don't we? We have Hathor. All right. I think Hathor is on Binance. Let's have a look.
It might not be. It might be on KuCoin. I could be wrong about that though.
It will be on Dex.
Yes.
They're like they're on a different network though. Those are going to be fake Hathors, I believe. Or am I wrong there, guys? I think Hathor is not on the Ethereum blockchain.
And I don't want to hear about Hathor. I want to hear about full Thor.
What's XX?
Pretty good one.
What's XVX?
I've never heard of XVX actually.
Me too.
I think it's a coin that's been around for a while.
Yeah, I would like some analysis on Room.
Well, let's
if
get
you could
Room
check
up.
out Room. Room just came out.
It's here.
Get out of my room.
Curious what your thoughts are on Room.
Yeah, HTR is on KuCoin.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing.
And there is no XVX, not on CoinGecko at least.
While you load up the chart there, we can talk about a little bit about 1 inch. 1
it's
inch
loaded
is
already.
Oh, then I'll shut up
too
then.
slow.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so I
Yeah,
have
what's going on with this chart, man?
Thank you for
This was
giving
like the
me
most
a nice
hyped
amount
thing.
of data. Let me go to 24-hour. Oh, 2 candles. Very generous.
Yeah, what is this telling you, Harry?
What pattern
What
is
is
that?
this
I mean,
telling you on the
that looks
daily?
bullish to me. Like, look at that giant green candle. It's so big.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean the red one's small.
bullish. Thank you. I mean,
Yeah?
maybe I get
You think-
3. How many? We'll get 3 candles. 4. Wow, how lucky am I?
See, that
I mean,
looks
this
less
is-
bullish.
So
If I'm
moon or
looking at
not?
this is sell-off, immediate sell-off. But let me go and give you some rough TA. I mean, how am I supposed to? You can go control the price. If you go and dump 30 ETH in here, it will come back up to here. So and then tell me
Yeah,
if my
but that's
TA
sort of
was
the
right
point,
or wrong.
dude. That's sort of the point.
I'll tell you guys it's gonna dump, and then I'm gonna sell 30 ETH and tell you I'm the best TA expert there is. I mean, look at this, 17% down. What am I supposed to tell you? Let's go on the 1 minute. 1 minute. No buying pressure, weird wicks. Doesn't look happy. I mean, I'm enjoying giving you TA on this. This is very enjoyable.
I will say when when these new projects launch, it's purely a lot of it has to do with just tokenomics and hype. There's nothing really technical about it.
Support.
Yeah, I
There it
think
is. There's the confirmed low. Not going anywhere under there.
See, but that's the
Okay, it's in a
trouble.
downtrend, guys.
A lot of us degens are sort of looking at this chart every day and trying to decide whether to buy or sell. And so even though the price action is garbage and volume, it's all very confusing. I think half of the people, or more than half of the people that are in this coin, are looking at this chart trying to make a decision based on it. So yeah, no, it's obviously not going to be your standard Ethereum Bitcoin analysis, but I'm just wondering because I know you're not a degen like us, not in the same way, Harry. But
Oh,
can
thanks.
you sort of like picture yourself being a degen for just a
No, and
second
I was
here?
only messing. I was only messing. But
No, I know, dude.
let's have a look.
It's all good.
I mean,
Yeah, because
when you're trading
that's what I've
something
been
like
seeing
this,
downtrend.
I mean, when you're trading something like this, you just have to trade it like how you guys would be thinking, because probably what will we see? Well, we've seen coming down. If we break this trend line, the degens, trend line break. We're going to the moon. Apin. I mean, that's the only psychology I could think about, But in terms of giving you like proper TA, no. But psychology-based TA, if anyone's looking at this as a downtrend, if it breaks this, and breaks that high on the 5 minute, then maybe you could see some upwards pressure. But I mean, there's just nothing really I can go off here, right? I mean, I wish there was a magic tool that you could do something with, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I
I
Anyways,
think
mean,
that's good for this one on room.
it's
Uh,
well, if you want to make a sell target, I would say definitely start thinking about selling if you get a closure below 2.2. No, don't take my word on it, but every time price has reached around this 2.2, it has been bought up. So if you look even starting from here at this, it is quite a good base here at around that 2.2, 2.28. I mean, how much is that in a range? It's like a 5% range. So if you are looking for sell targets, then probably turn on your alarms once it gets below 2.3, you can say, or closing, not wicks, but it is a good base down here.
yeah, no, that's actually pretty helpful, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's what
So
I'm
let's
talking
look
about.
next
at
request.
next request. Next
I
request
see one
is
from Candy for ramp. I know a lot of people in Adapt are in
Yeah,
ramp.
yes.
what is going
Let's
on
get
with
ramp.
ramp? I would be
Will I
curious
get it
about
on
that.
Dex tool? Yep.
Yeah, that should be on
yeah,
Dex tools.
Dexel.
And that
And
one
then
definitely has more than 2 days of price action.
yeah, yeah. And then after that, we'll get like one more, and then I'll look at Dixie, and then I have to go and do something, unfortunately, Dan. Well,
Yeah,
while this
for
is loading, let's go and look at Dixie, right? Dixie. I do have it on my Forex list, I believe so. There he is, Mr. Dixie. Let's go to weekly. So Dixie has, always catches these lows, right? And we did see a huge low being caught, we probably even go to a monthly, to be honest. And you can see that this low we've caught here on this trend has been a reversal at the past, right? And going back to a weekly here, we can see that it normally takes some time, but this is a major reversal area. And it's kind of caught it here coming again. And what does Dixie mean? Well, if we see Dixie goes up, we see stocks go down, we see, you know, the adverse effect on Bitcoin as well, we see. But maybe Bitcoin decouples. I think it's about time it's ready to decouple, but you never know, right? Because the institutions look at Dixie. But just looking at Dixie quickly, we do spend some time hovering around this before we actually explode. And if this is a weekly, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, so about 3 months, which 3 months from now is bringing us probably, if I quickly go back to, we'll see, what does 3 months bring us in? What are we in February? May, right? And we see around May, June, this is normally how long, and that will actually make sense for my cycle, right? So if I'm taking my past data, and we can see here that I'm saying that this will be how many months? I believe 6 months. I said, yeah, 6 months. So 6 months from when we broke it, which was uh, when is this? December. What's 6 months from December, guys? Someone help me out. Not bothered.
Like July,
June,
June.
June.
July.
Yeah.
June, right? So if you go and look at Dixie, and we go back to Dixie, and we see when Dixie starts actually exploding, you can see here if we go on back on the weekly, and it took, Dixie took 12 weeks, and that's 3 months. And what does 3 months from now bring us to? Uh, May, right? So front running it around the same time, yeah. We said that, based on my cycle, it's June, and then Dixie explodes on May, previously on 12, after 12 weeks. So, I mean, this is something that's lining up, but, to be honest, looking at Dixie, it does want to go up. This does look like a reversal, taking out this last high here. And just looking at the daily, I mean, it looks pretty healthy. We could see some selling pressure back down here to 90. But yeah, I think he'll just spend a bit of time around here. What else do we have?
Just
Let's see if this
just
is
for the
loaded
because
ramp.
sorry, Harry, we do have a lot of
Go ahead.
degens in the chat. Who is this Dixie and why should we care about her?
Well, Dixie is it's the dollar currency index. It doesn't, like, people get it mistaken that it represents like the value of the dollar, right? But it's not really the
Yeah, that's what
value
I
of the
thought.
dollar. No, it's not the value. It's the strength of the dollar. And if the dollar is increasing, people generally want to take their money out of stocks and put it back into, I mean, yeah, they want to take it out of stocks and out of gold and put it back into the dollar, right? But it's not it's the dollar strengthening. It's really complicated. Like, it's all to do with like monetary stuff, and like, you have to go research it on your own. I mean, I could sit here for like an hour, but all you guys have to know for degens is Dixie go up, we go down. Dixie go down, we go up, and that's it.
Hmm.
Like, if you
Okay, yeah,
notice, yeah,
yeah,
that's all.
that's what I
That's
was looking
simplest
for.
way.
It's very helpful for me, the DGen in the chat here. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah, because is that the full chart? Yeah, I guess you could
Well,
think
this
of
is
it a little bit like dollar dominance, like the Bitcoin dominance chart.
yeah,
We
you
don't
could.
want dollar dominance. We want people putting their money in sketchy, risky, speculative bets. Not financial advice. Not financial advice.
If I was gooding here, I'd pull up my Fibonacci, wouldn't I? Right here, like this, and I would go, wrong way on this one. How would you draw a fib? Look at this fib. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Anyways,
the Dex tools.
yeah. So yeah, this is a downtrend so far, unfortunately. And it's a pretty harsh downtrend. I mean, just looking at it, I mean, we could find some support down here at this level. We'll just draw rough support around here, which is coming in about 0.16. We have seen that price seems to hold that area. Not too bad. You can see here we have some wicks here. We have here some resistance, some support, some support. So to be honest, I'm looking for it probably to sell back down to here just based on TA, right? But any fundamental news that comes out, this thing's gonna reverse like no tomorrow. And that's what you'll find with these projects, is that if they're not pumping news, the price is not pumping. And looking at a 1 hour, it's printing the same story. And yeah, that's what really I think about this chart. I'm a bit of selling pressure until any news or any positive things come out, and then this changes, or some people just ape into it.
Hmm.
Yeah. What else have we got?
Oh
Right.
well,
Well, someone threw
that's
out
a
one
happier
inch
story.
earlier. Uh,
I can have a look at 1
to,
inch.
to be honest, I think a lot of these coins you'll find are quite low due to the price action of Bitcoin. a lot of people sort of took profits and are ready for the moon mission for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been neglected for the last few months, and watching the altcoins and the DeFi sort of coins and mania play outside, well, Bitcoin's been locked inside in the naughty room. So I think we'll sort of see that across the board as we go through some of these altcoins. That's just my 2 cents anyway.
And
Yeah,
I think it's a
that's
really
it.
interesting point that you talk about the time frame of Bitcoin being kind of neglected for months, because we actually just recently, pretty recently, hit the all-time highs. It was like maybe at most 4 weeks ago. It's just
Yeah,
everyone kind of gets
it's
used to these accelerated time frames.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
no,
a
it's
few
funny
weeks.
in crypto you lose. You're like time scale loses all sense of reality. Everything seems to be moving. I don't know. Things happen within milliseconds. I
Yeah,
think
you
I
buy
find it really hard to
shares. Go ahead.
like keep the long. I find it hard to keep the long view in crypto, especially when something like ramp is selling off. You're like, right? I feel like everybody's trying to react to the millisecond to things when maybe sometimes you should think in longer time frames,
Yeah, it's
or
funny
maybe
too,
not.
because
Maybe
like,
that's how you lose all your money.
but you
My
like buy
1 inch
a
chart is not
coin.
loading. Very sad.
Hmm, Can you pull it up on Dex Tools?
Yeah. Hopefully I don't get scam ones.
Mm.
Hmm. It is
Very
funny
low.
though, because when you buy like a new token on Uniswap and then you hold it and it goes down, that like everything kind of seems to go on for longer. And it's like, oh man, I've been holding this crap coin forever. And then you look at your buying
Yeah,
history and you're like,
for
oh wait, I
months.
just got this like 3 days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, one
Yeah.
inch. I mean, 1 inch is not a death sentence chart. It still looks very healthy, to be honest. It's holding, as long, it's very simple, the TA on this. As long as we're holding this base area here, I don't have any problems with this chart. This more looks like accumulation, right? But as Gooding was saying, with Bitcoin about to jump, we'll expect it to jump. Then we could see these alts sweat a bit because the equity moves from Bitcoin, from the alts back into Bitcoin, and that's how the cycle works.
Hmm.
So yeah,
All right, Harry, how many more
Yeah.
do you have time for? All
I guess one more, which I can see bow.
right, before you do bow, I want everyone to just really quickly, if you're watching and you're getting value out of this, just do us all a huge favor and click that like button. Go ahead and share it if you will.
Hit the like, guys. I mean, come on. We out here.
Exactly. Come on,
Just a proper
guys.
shill.
Guys, I ask you to do one thing every single stream. It's very simple, and it's a very simple task. If you can manage your way around crypto, you can do this task. So, the first task is, if you are already subscribed, your task is to press the like button. And if you're new and not subscribed, your task is to press the subscribe button. It's pretty simple. If you can't do that, then leave crypto, please.
No,
Well,
no. Stay with us. Stay. We love
Yeah.
you and we value you very much.
Please
stay
go ahead and
with
share
us.
this
Well,
with your friends,
if
guys.
they can't press the like button, then how are they gonna ape in on Uniswap? You have to be fast with that mouse. As soon as that liquidity
You
adds,
you gotta
boom,
be
I'm in.
quick.
Yeah, you got
No, I
your
think
friends to pump your bags.
I like to think of the like button as its own sort of cryptocurrency. We just can't actually see the value. And every time you guys hit that like button, you're like airdropping us YouTube tokens into our YouTube account. We just can't actually see the balance because of, I don't know, why not? YouTube's jerks. But yeah, it is a crypto game. Essentially, we we need your airdrops, guys. Anyways, do your TA, man. I'm just like, I could listen to this all day. Honestly, you could make fun of our shitcoins for years. I would listen.
Well, this coin is going yeah, very healthy chart if you can see. This looks healthy, very healthy uptrend here. This is a guy. What? This is obviously a downtrend. What do you want me to say about this chart? There's nothing much to say. I
Correct.
mean, here's your TA.
Yeah. Is that?
Is that the TA? Is it or
Support.
okay?
I mean,
So it's an
well,
entry level, possibly.
I mean, there's not much you can do on a chart like this. I mean, it's a downtrend. As I said,
Yeah.
with these coins, it's all about. I'm not making fun of you guys shilling it. I'm really not, and not at all, not at all. I'm just having a mess. So don't get offended. Like
No,
you
no,
No,
we
guys
I
don't.
should
We
think
don't
I
get
think
offended. This is
It's not you.
Bao.
I'm talking
I
to the
think we
chat.
are.
All right. I don't care about you. But
But one of the beauties of this coin is that we were able to get in this before all the hype, before we were shielded by some of the YouTubers. But the point that I want to make is that it's been juiced up on all this hype, right? And when something is overhyped, it's not its actual value. It really is just fueled by that hype. And when that hype
inflated.
is
Yeah.
gone, the price will come back down to what it should really be at.
Yeah.
And that's the point
'Cause-
where you start taking a look at base fundamentals. If it doesn't have the fundamentals, then it's not going to bounce back.
I mean, I think maybe this has a chance to base in around here.
Hmm.
That's the only place I can see it start basing. If not, it's gonna come down all the way down to here and base.
Looks like about
Yeah,
an
it would be
entry.
nuts.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
literally
Yeah, and then
an
I guess
entry.
it depends. Because it depends on if the project is worth doing. I guess yeah, Bao got so much attention because it was around and then did a 50x after being around for a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
months, which is kind of rare in the Uniswap world.
But I mean,
Do you
like,
guys know why it pumped so hard?
Yeah,
In the
we
first
bought
place?
in and we caused it to go up, and then
Another
who was
adapt
it?
pumped.
And then it was Chico Crypto. Wasn't. It was like after that. It wasn't the first pump. So where you started that box just then, we bought it around there, and then the next pump, it was just a bit of hype, right? I think it was a bit of news, and then the next pump after that was Chico, or people were buying in anticipation for Chico Crypto's video, and then after that, that big rocket is Chico Crypto essentially.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a pretty nice run.
this is how if I bought in here, like here, initial, out, 50% of runner. Now it's maintaining uptrend. You can see here, it would have spooked you out a bit because it made a lower low, right? You can see here. So I would have taken 50% of my moon bag, right? And then next after that, what was it making? It was making just higher highs, right? So higher low, see, higher low. And then boom, big blow off. And then as soon as I saw this big dump here, I would have sold here. So based on, let's say if I held in on my moon bag, I would have made another, let me draw that properly. And then let's say after this dump I saw, I would have made another 400%. So that's how you have to play it, right? And then I would have been out of this. Why? Because when something moves like this, whatever goes up has to come down.
Mm.
It's just how you
That's
have
a
to go.
fantastic
Don't be
strategy, though,
greedy.
dude.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic
don't be
strategy. I
greedy.
wish I had done that personally.
I mean, not to toot
Anyways,
my own
with that,
horn or anything,
guys,
but that's exactly what I did.
Ooh,
congrats, man. That is the proper
congrats,
way,
man.
and that's how you have to play these alts because you know this has happened once and this will happen again. And if you sat in here, you've missed all of that, saying that that oh maybe it has a bit more. Don't be greedy, take profits. A lot of people have the psychology and think if I held in from here till here with my full position, I would have X amount of money, right? But no, that's not the case. The thing is like if you held from here till here with your full position, how much money would you have? You need to secure profits and take what the market gives you. You have to take what the market gives you. Don't be greedy because, you know, this is a long process and wherever there's an opportunity missed, there's an opportunity gained, right? So you have to just understand and be happy and be grateful that you're actually in profit and not
Yeah.
in loss.
Absolutely. One of the first lessons I learned was from this a trader, and he does it full time, and he said to me, "There's no better feeling than selling at the top and then buying back in at a much cheaper price." And that sort of just stuck with me ever since then. And when I see these big green candles, I'm not just sitting there, high fiving myself and patting myself on the back. Instead, I'm thinking to myself, "No, look here, I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna dump on some FOMOs, and I know that's a very harsh term, but yeah, that's just reality. And then I'll just buy back in when it's nice and cheap and at a reasonable price, and my bag's bigger after.
Yeah, no, it might work well in regular life, depending on your job and lifestyle. But being a nice guy in trading is no good. You got to dump on those fools, those idiots for buying at the top.
Well,
Nice guys
That's
finish
their
cause and
last.
effect. It's cause and effect, right? For every cause, there's an effect. So for every buy, there's a sell, and for every sell, there's a buy. And
Mm.
that's how the market works. With that being said, guys, I'll have to jump off now. It was really good speaking to you. Sorry I couldn't give a lot more time. I have a few things I have to do. But next week for sure, I'll make sure there's nothing going on and we can spend some good time. And also, we'll chat about trading in general. I can give you some tips. I think that'll be more beneficial for you guys as well. Instead of just looking at your alts, I can actually go and give you some trading tips. And I've given you a few now, but if you want to know some in depth, then we can do that. So, with that being said, thank you guys for listening to me, and I'll hand you over to the rest of the team.
Thanks,
Take
I
care.
really appreciate it, man. Some really good, solid advice here. And for everyone who might be new, this is a weekly thing where you can really sit down with Harry and sort of talk about some of your alternative coins or your shat bag of coins. And he will break it down for you. Try to give him something with a little more than a couple of candles. That'll be handy because you're making more use of his time. Thank you very much, there, Harry.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that, Harry. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I would listen to his analysis on on hundreds of coins, even if they've only been around for a week, because I think that hardcore Bitcoin analysis mind actually is very helpful on these more flimsy, less sort of stable altcoins that we're constantly trying to read the tea leaves on.
And I would
The old
definitely
tea
even
leaves.
listen to his analysis on my marriage. He's that good. So good. Technical analysis on everything.
Yeah, you're putting in a higher low on your relationship here, man.
Gotta get those fundamentals up.
Alrighty, we might crack into just a little bit of fundamental analysis and a bit of crypto news. This is a controversial sort of indicator within the crypto market. Some believe in it, some believe in the maths, and the whoop reminds me of that lollipop. And some people absolutely hate this. So this is a stock to flow chart, and it's essentially a guide to when to sell and possibly when to buy. But what we have here is this. It just posted this aqua looking, whatever you want to call it, teal colored dot. And usually when these teal colored dots are sort of posted, it's an indicator, or historically it's an indicator that price will go up. And that's in lead up to a bull run. Obviously, on the way down, it's the opposite effect. But we have it here as well, and it price shot up. Yeah, that's I haven't got my percentages up there, but that was the lead up to the last bull run back in 2017 and 18, and that's what we're sort of seeing here. I'm not going to put any predictions of how far into this bull market that we are, but that's what sort of people look to, and they go, well, I'm going to reduce my alt bag size and potentially, and then I'm going to ride Bitcoin for a bit more to get that buying power to allow me to ride Bitcoin and then buy back into some of the alts. And then we have this sort of reflected on the Bitcoin dominance as well. This is just one of my charts that I sort of play around with. But if you're a big believer in the MACD, you can sort of see here that Bitcoin dominance has been absolutely dumping of the last 3 weeks. Probably a little bit more than that, and it even passed the 200-day moving average. But this is an indicator that other traders use. I'm not religiously looking at this. I just sort of plot some prices just so I can teach myself when is a good time to buy alts, when is a bad time. But this is an indicator that some people use. What do you reckon, guys?
What time frame are you on there right now?
That's the daily. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it has just been plummeting since the beginning of the year. I am curious, yeah, like you're saying, if the stock to flow is finally printing a different color, if we will see sort of a pop back here on Bitcoin dominance. I guess it is popping up these last 2 days. Yeah, I personally am sort of checking this chart pretty regularly because it does have an effect, especially on the high caps and that kind of stuff. I don't see it having as big of an effect on some of the newer coins, but yeah, if this does continue to trend up this week, especially if Bitcoin is busting through 40K and upwards, then yeah, watch your alts, guys, especially the higher caps. At least that's what I would personally be doing. And hopefully gas fees will be kind enough to let us do some swaps to
Yeah.
exit some position.
Yeah, look, I don't think we've seen the last of alts by any means. I think we've
No,
actually just seen
definitely not.
we've got our first taste. Yeah, we've licked our lips of our first sort of really strong alt season where things are just performing at crazy sort of amounts, and as we near mass adoption every day with all these pieces of news that sort of seem to get overlooked by other pieces of the media, and everyone just sort of follows Bitcoin. There's such an excellent narrative for cryptocurrency and the decentralization of finance. I won't go into the GME. We've talked about that enough, but things are looking really good for cryptocurrency, and it's about time that Bitcoin sort of had a bit of a run, and maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, and just remember, guys that are listening in, these are all just different sources of information. No one data point is going to tell you the full story, and it's why you should always be doing your own research and continuing to expand on your knowledge base so you can learn how different factors are going to influence the markets. Throughout the past couple of weeks, you've seen Bitcoin dominance on a downtrend, which means, generally speaking, if you look in the altcoin markets, you're going to see a lot better returns and more opportunities. But as Bitcoin dominance tends to trend back upwards, that's why you see people start to exit their altcoin positions and go back into Bitcoin, because historically speaking, whenever Bitcoin dominance tends to rise, you see an appropriate and correlated rise in the Bitcoin price.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, that's a super
Absolutely.
good point, man. And I also want to mention, right, because maybe not everybody watching or everybody just sort of out there has the same strategy as us, are as obsessed with what's going on here, and they are just sort of looking for returns, maybe not to micromanage every single little millisecond. So, right, so this isn't to say that alts are just going to drop off completely and never going to come back, right? If you're not trading actively every single day, then right, you can also possibly hold on to your positions and just sort of go back to sleep until Bitcoin hits 100K, and then check your alts again at that point. I don't know if I would actually recommend doing that, but it is important to just note how quickly these cycles can change, and also how, right, that psychology can get used against you to possibly get you out of positions that you should have just sort of held for a minute.
There was a few comments here sort of asking about a few cryptocurrencies, and Paid is one of Adapt Crypto's favorite coins. We've done a video on it talking about it pre-launch, so very early. IDO price was about 4.2 cents. There were some cheaper prices as well for the seed investors, but this is one of our calls, and I dare say it's going to be one of our first. So it will be our first 100x call. As we sort of approach the $4.20, that will be 100x from the IDO price. For the Uniswap price, the average is probably closer to the 42 cents. You can sort of see there. And a profit taking level for me, I've sort of posted this in our Telegram for others. I just share my thoughts. People can do their own thing, but I'll be taking sort of some profits around about the $4.20, between $4 and $4.50. I think $5 is going to be that psychological resistance. It might even go much higher. I don't have tea leaves that I read often, and I do know there's going to be some bullish fundamentals for Paid towards the back end of February, where you need, because it's a launch platform. So the launch platform, you need their tokens to be able to buy into their pre-sale or their IDOs, initial distribution offering. And yeah, and that's why the price has been going up, because everyone's getting ready for it. Everyone's hyped about it. But I'll just end that quickly because we have done quite a bit of TA today. Did you guys
Oh,
want
it's still
to
pretty exciting. Still pretty
speak?
exciting about paid. Just going
Speaking,
to the moon.
yeah, it's been an excellent ride. Speaking of getting in early, Dan, did you have you mentioned that you had an alt that was tickled your fancy there?
Yeah, I mean, I like to do a lot of research, and some things kind of catch my attention from time to time. Um, well,
I'll stop sharing the screen so you can have it, mate. And then you could, if you want to bring up an article there.
yep, there we go, and boom. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Cool. So this is
Premia.
Premia, however you want to say it,
Premia?
depending on what your
Yeah.
accent sounds like. So there is not a lot of options trading platforms that are available in decentralized finance. I think the biggest and most well-known one is Hedgic. You guys have heard of that. That's with Molly Wintermute. But this one is brand new. It's been in development for a couple of weeks and or months. I think they started developing uh, Q4 of last year. The protocol has not yet released, but according to their Twitter, they are getting ready for release sometime within the next 24 to 48 hours. And this is the white paper I've pulled up. I'm not going to say super dense, but if you read through this pretty thoroughly, then you can get a good understanding of what it offers. But what's most exciting to me is if you go all the way down to the bottom, you see that as opposed to the main options trading platform in DeFi right now, Hedgic, which only offers options on wrapped Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin price anyway, and Ethereum, you have 14, 14, did I count right? Yeah, that's good. 14 different cryptocurrencies which you can place options, buy and sell options on. So this one's Premia, that's their own token. You got Ethereum, Bitcoin, all the DeFi blue chips here. So that's something that I'm looking to get in on pretty early. Their information is all on the Twitter, links to a Discord. They do not have a Telegram at the moment. So if you see any Telegrams at the moment, it is a scam. Stay away. All the official information will be on the Discord. But this is looking at like something that I'm definitely going to be skipping a bag of and looking for it to explode. Something akin to a Hedgic.
Very exciting. I
Yeah,
was just looking
that's
for their website. Yeah, this seems to be some serious alpha you're bringing us yet again, man.
yeah, it's important to sort of a lot of people and I just sort of promote the importance of getting in and researching these projects early. Although it can be slightly more risky, but the more you prepare yourself for projects that are up and coming, the more the better decisions that you make. And I say that because I find it very common within the cryptocurrency or just trading in general of stocks, that a lot of people always chase green candles. They'll see what's trending, they'll see what's already pumped, and they're like, oh, it's going to keep pumping, and then they FOMO in at the top, and then they get absolutely dumped on. So
Oh man,
if you
I've
find
been there though. I gotta
hundred
admit, I've
percent,
been
man.
there.
I've done a little bit myself too. Yeah, we all learn, and it's not. This is not having a go at anyone. This is just addressing some of the psychology that's in trading in general, and it's very easy in cryptocurrency. Everyone's expecting a 10x on the daily, and it's just sort of what happens, right? So and that's why you see these intelligent investors like Dan who do that research to get in early and prepare themselves. And you'll see he'll probably have a price target he wants to make an entry in. He's probably comparing the market cap of this cryptocurrency to its competitors and going, wow, this is the potential here. And then he might be setting a sell target based on the comparison in market caps. Um, and I hope that sort of helps you guys sort of start thinking, and about, changing your mindset rather than chasing green candles. You're preparing yourself for next trade or your next investment. And that's what I sort of want to say there.
No, super good points, man. Even before the first candle is printed, right? Because there are projects in the Uniswap world that get a lot of hype. Like Option Room last week, everybody was going nuts about that. And if you somehow magically got into the private sale or the pre-sale, then you would have made some decent returns. But sometimes that just isn't sort of the best way to go. Just putting your money into the most hype project in the space in that moment. Sometimes it is better to do what you're doing, Mr. Bender here, and find those true projects that are honestly have very strong fundamentals, but aren't quite on everybody's radar and aren't putting tons of money into getting a certain crypto Twitter influencers to shill said coin. Because they're getting paid in that crypto, and they may dump that crypto on you.
There's always some sort of bias, 100%, man. You got to ask yourself, why is I won't name any names, but why is this King Schiller telling me I need to buy in after it's already done a 3x? Okay, I'll do it. And you will lose your money. Might not be straight away, but it will be quite soon. And that's where you got to ask yourself, what's the risk to reward here? I might make a 10% gain, but I'm going to potentially lose 70% on the
dump. I think it's one of the hardest things to get the hang of when you're joining this crazy space, is that you see people that are making good calls. You look at the chart goes up or did go up, and then you're like, oh, this guy's smart. I think I'm just going to follow his calls. And then turns out that's a super bad strategy, because you're just going to get constantly dumped on. And that goes for crypto Twitter, goes for YouTube. Right. It goes even for us. Like, don't just blindly trust any tips that we're giving out, any ideas. You should definitely, I mean, I'm so sick of like hearing it and saying it. Do your own research, though. It really is everything. You got to check out these projects for yourself.
Yeah, use this as an education. We're your teachers, but no. But yeah, we're helping. We're helping you keep informed, so you guys can make your own decisions. We're a stepping stone to your own research.
And just on that, I just want to make a quick point to answer one of the questions on the chat.
Totally.
023 Gekuis, whatever. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But he's saying, he's asking, in long term, buying in dollar cost averaging is always better if fundamentals are good, right? And I want to say 99 times out of 100, yes. Dollar cost averaging is typically
proven strategy.
Yeah, it's a long tried and true strategy. I mean, there's no way to time these markets perfectly. Dollar cost averaging is the way that you kind of hedge your bets and you protect yourself against these volatile movements, which are going to happen invariably in every single altcoin market, even Bitcoin. If you've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, Ethereum, any one of the Uniswap coins that you've gotten, then chances are you're in a better position than if you've gone all in from the start.
And stonks as well. Stonks definitely.
But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But would you say DCAing is more sort of valid in for the higher caps like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, or would you also consider DCAing into Ramp and some of these other smaller projects that, right? Especially if you check the fundamentals, you believe in the project.
Yeah, 100%. And that's sort of what you saw with Harry. What he was doing, he was marking his support. That little rectangle that would go along, and he's picking that entry level. And when the crypto price goes into it, they might have a range of like 5 to 10%, and you potentially dollar cost average, and it really does depend on your own strategy as well. There's so many strategies out there that who's to say what's wrong and what's right, but there is a consensus that dollar cost averaging definitely works.
And if you're not like an active trader, then dollar cost averaging is the best way to continue to see return on your investment. Obviously, if you have this as kind of a full-time point or like a very strong focus in your life, then you'll have more opportunity to take advantages of uptrends and downtrends to get more return from your investment. But if you don't have that much time, if you don't want to commit that much time to this, then yeah, dollar cost average is the best strategy for you.
100%. I do want to talk to an article that I did read, and I found it interesting. It is in our Discord. You can click on the news channel, and I won't go word for word or anything like that, so you can read in your own time. But I found it interesting. Fundamental investing is alive and well in crypto. And then this man named Jeff Dorman sort of talks about the unusual sort of price action that he sees within the traditional markets, where things are manipulated, and that's why there's been such a big call for a more decentralized platforms, and with less risk of sort of the manipulation from the billionaires. And I'm not saying crypto is immune to that, but I'm not going to go into detail about this article, but what sort of strikes me is that fundamentally we see a lot of excellent price actions in projects that are doing well fundamentally. A perfect example of that is Cardano, making leaps and bounds this month with its Gogan and Mary launch this month, by the end of this month. And we've had an enormous rally of about 70%. Billions of dollars is rushing into Cardano. I dare say it's for those who are getting ready with the buy button. I dare say you're imposing huge risk on your own wealth there. But my point is that if you can follow projects and you can sort of time in their roadmap when they've got significant news that might add to the utility of the token, or draw in demand, you can time your entry. If there's something about a month out and you're like, well, I can see the chart here and it's clearly bottomed, and I know in a month's time it's most likely going to moon, then you might want to time your entry, along that bottom there. And all of a sudden you've got your price target, your buy target potentially, and you've got maybe not a sell target at this stage. You're looking at this is a general time where I might look at selling, because the saying is buy on the rumor, sell on the news. So you've got your time frame, and then that's when you look at historical data to sort of see, all right, it's used to be this price back on, everyone was hyped for this coin, 6 months ago, and then you can sort of pick your targets. I won't talk too much to picking sell targets here, but my point is the fundamental analysis on projects is quite strong in crypto, and I concur with the general point about this article. I haven't read it all word for word, but if you want to read a little more into it, it's in the Discord there. What do you reckon, fellas?
Oh, I think it's actually if you could pull up that Cardano chart, or Cardano, I would say Cardano chart real quick for me, because I am right, because a lot of new people are flowing into crypto. I'm getting so many more sort of people talking to me in real life, at work, friends, people sort of reaching out. What's going on with crypto, man? It's like insanity out here. And I'm often getting these questions, especially about a project like this. Oh, this project has gone up insanity amount. Should I buy now? And it's always a difficult conversation to have, especially with somebody that's sort of brand new to the space. Yeah, what do you say to these people? Well, dude, it's gone up. Like, how much has it gone up since New Year's? Almost over 200%.
Yeah, be close to.
And then, right, it's sort of this difficult conversation to have, like, oh yeah, it probably has still a little bit more room, but you got to think about all those other people that have bought or have been sitting on it since the beginning of the year or even longer. And after 200% on a major project like this, some people are going to want to be taking profits. And yeah, just think about it. Do you want to be getting taken profit on, or do you want to be the profit taker?
So it sounds like an article we could write about that, the profit taker, or someone who's taken a profit on me.
Yeah. I just got taken on. Yeah.
But yeah, this is an excellent example. The buy time is down here, where essentially, well, this isn't even that long ago, to be honest. This is literally about a week ago, and I think the delivery of the Grogan was the end of this month. So it might keep going up. I'm not going to encourage anyone to buy in. It's just way too risky. But down here is your time to buy when it's nice and low. And this is just one example of the fundamental analysis. The fundamental analysis is and for those who don't know what fundamental analysis is, it's the research that you do on a project that has nothing to do with price, or trading, but the project and how it's going to look long term, and how it's performing as a utility within who needs this product. That's just in layman terms. That's all I really want to talk about, fellas. What have you got any some juicy information for our Adapt Crypto fans?
We'll save the secret sauce for other videos. They can get more private special attention.
I do want to hint at some upcoming sort of information. We're going to have a couple of projects, one each from two each. One each from Marsh and I of new upcoming launches. You've had one there from Dan. I think Dan's still he's going to be bringing information, some alpha on alpha, if I read correctly, in D's weekly review. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to provide you opportunities to help keep you informed for educational purposes, not financial purposes.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. That's the motto.
And hopefully you guys can do with it what you will. Alrighty. Are we good to wrap it up? We good?
I think so, guys. I just want to make sure everybody's aware that Nigeria has banned trading cryptocurrency.
Yes.
And they had all of the trade. They got insane trading volume, the most searches on Google. And the funny part about this is that the Nigerian government does not understand that you cannot actually do this. You can't actually ban crypto. There's always another way to get at those coins. There's always another way to get into those cryptos. And I see this news as insanely bullish, guys. That's all I want to say.
I dare say there might be a few more emails from the Nigerian prince asking for more money. So be wary of those emails. And,
watch out for those scams.
I'd usually say help a brother out, but I wouldn't recommend it in this case. Most likely a scam, a famous scam, not just within crypto, but it's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, no offense to Nigerians or any Nigerian princes out there. If you want to, attempt any scams, that's just fine with us. But yeah, I think everything we're talking about today and everything we will be talking about in the future, there's long-term bullish.
Yeah,
so
still bullish.
Don't let anybody fudge you out of your bags.
And for guys that are watching or just turning in, we are kind of wrapping things up. But if there's anything you want us to cover for the next couple episodes, we do this pretty much every day. So let us know if you want to learn about anything in particular, and we can get to work on getting that really good, important information out to you so you all can become experienced, knowledgeable, and profitable traders and investors on your own time.
Yeah, that will help the prince now.
And if you haven't, guys, if you haven't yet, guys, if you're still watching it, we really appreciate your attention and time. It means a lot to us, honestly. And if you could manage to smash that like button, we would appreciate it. And honestly, if you're not in our Telegram already, that's a big mistake. That's a major problem. You really got to get into that Telegram, because that's where the true information is going down, and get in the Discord as well. If we got hot gem picks in there right now that we're not going to make videos on, and you have to literally go into the Discord to check out what those gem picks are. I'm not saying you're going to make infinite 10x money on every single one of them, but you might.
Yeah, well, you could have made a 70. Financial advice. You could have made a 70x on Bow. That was one that was shared in the Telegram. So
yeah,
a juicy one.
Yeah, we did make a video on Bow, but somebody made a 70x in the group. So
that was
financial advice, guys.
that was a community member as well that brought that one as deadly. So yeah, kudos to him for getting bringing it to us early. That was excellent. Exactly. Alrighty, we might wrap it up there. Just want to say thank you very much. Catch us in the Telegram. See you next time. See you tomorrow.
Take care, guys.